The enduring mystery of Queen Nefertiti.
Even after more than 3,000 years, Queen Nefertiti remains one of ancient Egypt's most fascinating figures, captivating historians and archaeologists alike. Her reign alongside her husband, Pharaoh Amenhotep IV, later known as Akhenaten, was a time of religious upheaval, political transformation, and artistic innovation. The royal couple defied tradition, abandoning Egypt's long-standing gods to establish a new monotheistic faith centered around Aten, the sun deity. This radical shift granted them immense power, but it also sparked widespread unrest.
Nefertiti held many titles, including Mistress of Upper and Lower Egypt, Great of Praises, and Lady of the Two Lands. She was more than just a queen. She was a high priestess, a mother, a political strategist, and possibly a pharaoh in her own right. But despite her prominence, much about her life and her mysterious disappearance from historical records remains unknown. Origins shrouded in mystery. The true lineage of Nefertiti is still debated. Some scholars believe she was the daughter of Ai, a powerful advisor who later became pharaoh after the reign of King Tutankhamun. Others suggest she may have been Akhenaten's sister or cousin, as intermarriage within royal families was common in ancient Egypt. Another intriguing theory proposes that Nefertiti was actually a foreign princess named Tadukipa from the Mitanni kingdom. Her name, meaning "the beautiful woman has come," hints at the possibility of a non-Egyptian origin, but no definitive proof has been found. A marriage of power and influence. Nefertiti and Amenhotep IV were likely wed when she was around 15, before he ascended to the throne. Together, they ruled Egypt from approximately 1353 to 1336 BC, sharing an unusually equal partnership for the time. Their marriage produced at least 6 daughters: Meriteten, Meketaten, Ankhesenpaten, later known as Ankhesenamun, the wife of Tutankhamun, Setepenre, neferneferure, and neferneferuaten Tasheret. There is also speculation that they had a son, though historical evidence remains inconclusive. The royal couple lived in lavish palaces, including the Grand Temple of Gempatan, dedicated to Nefertiti. One artwork from the period shows them celebrating an extravagant festival there, appearing side by side with their children and court officials. Unlike most pharaohs and queens, who were rarely depicted with physical affection, Nefertiti and Akhenaten are often shown kissing or embracing, leading some historians to believe their relationship was based on genuine love rather than mere political alliance. Queen, high priestess, and possibly pharaoh. Nefertiti played an active role in governing Egypt. As high priestess, she was the chief conduit between the people and the god Aten, strengthening her religious and political authority. Uniquely, she was also depicted wearing a pharaoh's crown, suggesting she may have wielded as much power as her husband. Some theories propose that after Akhenaten's death, Nefertiti briefly ruled Egypt alone under the name neferneferuaten. Others speculate that she was the enigmatic co-ruler known as Smenkhar, who governed before Tutankhamun's rise. Her assertive leadership is further reflected in tomb paintings, where she is shown striking down enemies, a pose typically reserved for pharaohs. Whether she actively participated in warfare, or if this was symbolic propaganda, remains unknown. Religious upheaval and the fall of Akhenaten. During Akhenaten's reign, Egypt underwent a dramatic religious shift. He declared Aten the only true god, erasing traditional deities and closing their temples. To mark this transformation, the pharaoh built a new capital city, Akhetaten, modern-day Amarna, and changed his name from Amenhotep IV to Akhenaten. Nefertiti also altered her name, adopting the longer title neferneferuaten Nefertiti to emphasize her devotion to Aten. While Akhenaten's religious revolution strengthened royal power, it alienated many Egyptians. The kingdom fell into economic and political instability, and opposition to his rule grew. After his death, efforts were made to erase his legacy, restoring the old gods and temples. This systematic erasure may explain why records of Nefertiti's later years are scarce. The Queen's mysterious disappearance. Around the 16th year of Akhenaten's reign, Nefertiti vanishes from historical records. There are several theories regarding her fate. She died. Some believe she succumbed to illness or was murdered, though no definitive evidence exists. She was erased from history. After Akhenaten's death, his successors, who opposed his religious reforms, may have deliberately destroyed records of his queen. She ruled as pharaoh. If she truly became Smenkhare or another ruler, her disappearance from records could be due to later efforts to remove traces of her controversial reign. The search for Nefertiti's tomb. The search for Nefertiti's burial site has led to numerous discoveries, yet her final resting place remains unknown. In 1898, a mummy known as the Younger Lady was found in Amenhotep II's tomb. DNA testing in 2010 suggested that this woman was Akhenaten's sister and the mother of King Tutankhamun. However, some scholars, including Egyptologist Mark Gabolde, believe the Younger Lady is actually Nefertiti. If true, this would make her Tutankhamun's mother, rather than his stepmother. The famous bust and the question of beauty. One of the most iconic images of Nefertiti is her limestone bust, created by the royal sculptor Thutmose around 1345 BC. With its elegant features and signature blue crown, the bust has become a symbol of timeless beauty. However, modern CT scans reveal that beneath the outer layers, the original carving showed wrinkles and a slightly crooked nose, suggesting that even ancient royalty wasn't immune to a little artistic embellishment. Interestingly, the bust has another peculiar feature. One of Nefertiti's eyes is left blank. Some believe this was intentional, possibly symbolizing a flaw or marking a loss of royal favor. Others argue that it was unfinished or damaged over time. A more romantic theory suggests that Thutmose, secretly in love with Nefertiti, left the eye blank as a symbol of her failure to see his love. The battle over Nefertiti's bust. The famous bust of Nefertiti was discovered by German archaeologists in 1912 and taken to Berlin, where it remains today. Egypt has long contested its removal, claiming that it was taken under dubious circumstances. During World War II, the Nazis seized the artifact, and even Adolf Hitler declared that it would never leave Germany. After the war, the bust was recovered and placed in Berlin's Neues Museum, where it continues to be a point of international dispute. Nefertiti's enduring legacy. Despite the mysteries that surround her, Nefertiti remains one of ancient Egypt's most compelling figures. Was she merely a queen, or did she rise to become a pharaoh in her own right? Was she a reformer or a power-hungry ruler? And where is her final resting place? Her story continues to intrigue historians, fueling new discoveries and debates. What do you think is the most fascinating aspect of Nefertiti's life? Let us know in the comments below.